93 one-ton dually crew cab, front end rack. Bought it off of one of those insurance website auctions where you inspect the vehicle, you take a look at the pictures. You know, depending on the facility, they'll take some pictures of it that appear to be good. You know, this one said that it ran and drove, and really did. And I went to pick it up, and the bumper had been folded back into the tire, and just bringing it off the lot, you can see what happens to the tire here. Apparently they drove it like that before it got to the lot too, but they did quote it as running and driving. It did not run and drive. It you could actually put it in gear and it would go into gear, but the fan went into the radiator and busted the radiator. Now I was about 10 miles from here. After doing a couple hours of work changing the tire in the parking lot at the auction house, I was able to limp it home, stopping every few miles, pouring some more water in it. See that broken fender there? That wasn't pictured in the photos. And then, you know, some things that you can't see is we got dent here. There's a broken seat on the driver's side. It folds back, might be able to repair that with a weld. Some missing interior pieces. And so anyway, quite frank, this is not one of my better buys. I've got the auction site says I got it for $12.50, but they get a pretty good fee for selling them. By the time I was out of there, it was $1,650 after taxes and all the fees associated with buying it from the auction house. So I would not rate this as one of my better buys. However, I'm not disappointed. It's a 7.4 454, running a little rough. I think it probably just needs a tune-up. Transmission seems to shift fine. 200,000 miles on it. It is a four-wheel drive crew cab, and why I feel it's going to be okay for me is for $400 I bought a 95 that I've got back here in the field. I'm going to pull up here in a few minutes and start disassembling all the parts off the front of it. I'm not sure the radiators will 100% interchange, but if not, they'll be awfully close. The diesel may even have extra capacity, cooling capacity, than the 7.4 does. But as I am right now, I'm not real proud of this buy, but it is a vehicle that I want to wind up with, because I'd like to be able to haul people and pull things. So it seems like we're always running into those issues. So I'm going to swap over the front end. I'm going to tune the engine up. I'm going to make her look a little bit better. Before she's all done, I'm going to repaint her in teal, and I'm probably going to put the top end in like a satin black or something like that. And it'll be a driver until I get offered some good money for it or something. Anyway. A couple hours later here, and I've got her, you know, pretty well turned down. Most of the benefit parts off. I still have a few bolts to get on the fender here. Just kind of want to show here that on this core support looks pretty straight going across here down on the bottom. You see just a little bit of bending on one of the ears of the frame down here where the bumper mounted up and got a lot of pressure. And so now that's not entirely a surprise to me. I expected to have to do a little bit of power work on it, and so I'll do that, you know, before I put the other parts back on it. I'll get everything looking as straight as possible from underneath, and then I get everything straight as possible looking underneath before I go to bolting anything on. Then I can make some adjustments on how I line things up and then tighten the bolts down. So anyway, just wanted to give you an update. Okay, so some things to look at here. You know, some things are not an exact science, but you can see here a little rise in the core support. Another thing that you can tell is that, take a look over here on the core support on the right hand side. It's all greasy there from tranny cooler leaking. and as it goes back, I mean goes over to the driver's side, you can kind of see as it's going along, it's tilting upwards. So those are some of the things that I want to try to get straightened out here. Another thing too that I can see, my wheel well is bent up there, and when I go to push back out from that ear there, that should bring a lot of this core support back around straight, and make it to where it's not noticeable when you open the hood and you look underneath the fenders and such. And I think it'll clean up really good, and you know, just to make it nicer, when I get the other parts truck around here, I'll probably use the wheel well out of that other one, because it'll be nice and straight, and I don't have to worry about getting this one straightened out. Now there's be some parts I have to change over, but yeah, it won't be that difficult. Anyway, kind of nice working on these older trucks. It's very basic, very simple. Detroit iron. Better what I got going on here. You see down here, there's the there's a suspension bushing that you know, it's a stopper that has a pretty solid mount against the frame. Well, I've got one brace on that. Going forward to one of the bumper mounts. The bumper mount is one that's bent, and I don't plan on reusing it. So I got myself a bite on that, and that's what I'm going to push on. And I'm hoping that it's going to push that air right there around. So let's just see what takes place here. We got some good movement going on. Look at everything moving out there. Okay, I'm going to lower down and get a different bite down below, because I'm moving the top more than I'm moving the bottom. See what's happening when as I pump it. You see it moving right back where it's supposed to be going. So I'm just going to keep going and kind of eyeball things until it looks about right. I'll just compare it with the other side. That's how I've got the bite going right there. Okay, I wanted to show you this. So looking across the core support, if you open the hood, take a look at that. Looking down at that, well, it's dirty right now, but you would not notice that there has been an accident. I'm going to clean it up. This is a great opportunity to get a pressure washer on all of this before I put her back together. But then I wanted to show you the frame here. There's the right side. I don't know if we had a good shot of the frame on the left side before, but and there's the left side. Now there's some marks from me getting on it with a hammer a couple places, and I put a big old crescent wrench to kind of straighten the lips out on it, but they both look really good. Now you can see my left bumper mount there is just really tweaked. The right one's still fine, but so I'm not going to reuse that left bumper mount. But I'm feeling pretty positive how it's all turning out here, and I'm going to show you this fender well here. I told you I wasn't going to reuse. Well, this is what it looks like after the stretching. Why not use it? So that's what I think I'll do. I'll clean everything off real good and reuse it. I'll give you some more updates here in a bit. Hey, update. Finished it up late Sunday night. Couldn't do any follow-up video on it, so I'm going to do a little walk around tonight. And it looks pretty good with that brush guard on it, off the parts truck. The parts truck over there. So things lined up pretty well. And I've got all the inner panels painted. So when I do put the new fender on, get the body work done, and I spray it in teal, hopefully it'll look pretty good. I'll do some interior work to it and do a complete tune-up on it. I already did a little bit of work on the motor and got it running a little bit better just for my comfort zone. Drove it, and seems to be driving good. I got a couple of issues that I've got to solve. The seat on the inside doesn't have park for some reason. I'm going to have to explore that. That hopefully is not that big of an issue. But that's where I'm at right now.